gentlemen, it is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you one and all to this evening's feature presentation. A Sophoclean tale of greed, power, lust, intrigue, perversion, depravity, and madness, as told through an astonishing melange of the theatrical and performing arts, all in an effort to divert, amuse, and instruct you. And now, without further ado, we boldly perform a story no one has dared perform before. Little King. Once upon a time, there lived a little man. This little man lived on the outskirts of a great but little kingdom. The little man was not extraordinary by any means. He was not very articulate. He was not a scholar or a man of science. He was not an athlete or particularly well-read. He didn't play a musical instrument or paint. He wasn't great at maths, wasn't good at spelling, and he didn't know a comma from an apostrophe. But what he did have was a great head of hair, very tiny hands, and a lot of money. A lot. You see, little man had grown up in a very wealthy and privileged family. His father, through some questionable business practices, had become quite wealthy. When he died, he left all of his money and business holdings to little man. Not only did little man inherit all of his father's money, but he also inherited his father's principles, such as they were. And like so many before him, little man wanted to make his mark on the world. So, with questionable principles, very tiny hands, and a big bag of gold, little man humbly set off into the world.
It's me, it's really, really me. I am the bestest, winningest one, it's clear for all to see, because it's me, it's really, really me. Please don't act inferior, I know that I'm superior. Nobody's better than me. The kingdom should make a decree honoring me. To see the world I want to see. The biggest pile of money would fill my heart with glee. To be or not to be. Me. I just know I'm destined for great things. They'll be the greatest things ever done by one human being. The history books will say I was great for civilization. Everyone will win, especially me. It's me, it's really, really me. I am the bestest, winningest one, it's clear for all to see, because it's me, it's really, really me. Me.
Well, as you can see, little man had a very high opinion of himself. He thought he could do anything. His ego was huge. Eventually, he made quite a few enemies through his business dealings. He was known to be ruthless and cross and quite narcissistic. In spite of this, or because of it, little man had become quite successful. He had an inn and tavern chain, several castle construction companies, and most recently had acquired land on which to build several high-end croquet clubs. He was very proud of his businesses and had become quite powerful in certain social circles, but he had also gained a very bad reputation with the ladies. His reputation was so bad that he couldn't find any woman willing to be his wife. Now, little man found this very disturbing and quite puzzling. He knew his success must include a woman by his side. He couldn't just look like a lonely little man with very tiny hands and lots of money. He had to find a bride. Then he had the answer. Trudy the Troll. Yes, Trudy the Troll was an old friend of little man, and she'd helped him many times before. He would visit his friend Trudy, and she would help him secure a bride. Trudy the Troll had many connections. You see, she knew a guy who knew another guy who knew a guy whose brother Igor had a cousin who had a mail-order bride business. And so, A deal was made, and 2 weeks later, Little Man's new bride, Forsythia, arrived via royal post. Well, the blissful couple had a very large fancy wedding, and they were given many exotic wedding gifts, including an extraordinary large blue bird. This bird became Little Man's constant companion. He loved this bird. And within several years, the couple had 2 boys, heirs to their mounting fortune. And as Little Man gained notoriety and fame, there were some very powerful men taking notice. And so the years passed.